When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So TCU's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Let's talk for just a second about TCU. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change.
Oh, he's got some space. It's a fumble. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move. He'll be knocked out of bounds after picking up a few. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field. Here's the handoff. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. And the Horned Frogs want to crank the tempo. Leaves it with the back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. The give to the back. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. The Horned Frogs will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. So Texas offense will go to work for the first time today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Rushes on him. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. And the Longhorns will try to convert on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Yeah, at this point of the drive, 4th down and inches in your opponent's territory, you're trying to get into field goal range. You're just going to run the football. You're going to try to be more physical at the line of scrimmage. They were right.
Breaks into the open. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets them up at the 26 with the first down. The Longhorns in the hurry-up.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something you're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Finds Zach Priest, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now on 3rd down for this offense. White going to attack through the air. Here's a heat. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
We talked to the coaches coming into this one. They know field position was going to be a huge factor for them winning this one. They had a really nice punt earlier in this game. Great job getting down and covering it. Won't surprise me if they decide to play it safe again here on 4th.
He's got great speed. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And, Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of the 28. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
You normally don't see this guy miss throws like that. That was a pretty short throw. He can normally make those in his sleep, but with the incompletion, we're now setting up 3rd down.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Under fire. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on 3rd down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm. But you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point in the game.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. He rifles one deep down the right side. Bird Orange burning some secondaries, working this guy down the field.
Making those big plays down the field. Texas, when you think about great teams, you think about explosive playmakers, making those big plays, keeping those defenses on their heels.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The pull and throw off the RPO. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Longhorns!
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
TCU 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're
turning it on. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? And the Horned Frogs want to pick up the tempo.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. Got it in the middle. It's small. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
White wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. He's got him this time. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Finds his tight end. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. They'll run the sneak for it. And I don't think he got it. The defense stands tall on third and inches. The Horned Frogs will try to move the sticks on fourth down. Here comes the option. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on fourth and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration.
He wants to go deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Makes the grab. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got an open man. Smashes him with the stiff arm. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. The run from the shotgun. There he goes. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Bevo is a ground-based animal, and he has to like what he's seeing right now from this running game.
Yeah, the beef up front doing their job, creating some holes, making some alleys, get those running backs. I think Texas, when you can pound the rock and you can use your big guys up front, you can win a lot of football games.
Good timing on the quick out. Touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
And he's going to try to return this one. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. The give on the option. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They'll bring him down, but not before he put people in the spin cycle.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. And the Horned Frogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking for space, it's Palmer. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get first downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
From the gun, the running back has it. Can't get him to the ground. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Horned Frogs pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The play action fake. Throws to the wideout. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. And the Horned Frogs had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. To the ground with the back. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. Sends it back in motion. White going to attack through the air. Swings it out to the flat. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. I mean, they're about to run out of plays. 12th play of the drive coming up. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Touchdown, TCU! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
You got to wonder if that's going to be the play that changes the momentum in this game for the offense. It had been tough. They were up against it here early in the game, but the quarterback now is starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. Really nice touch and throw on that touchdown. And here we go. This might be the play that gives them their confidence.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David, and you've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
Pollock, that's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too. Before this defense gets to going at halftime to potentially make some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. Keep it up.
The Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on first down. He's looking deep. He's got it at the 20. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
That is exactly what this defense needed. They have not had a great first half, given up a bunch of touchdowns, but this might get them.
A shot toward the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Longhorns!
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
Texas 35, TCU 7.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals.
He'll put total leather and get this second half started. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes the Texas offense. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Back to pass, it's Manning. Pulls it in, it's Simon. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but if you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. That's caught. It's McCutcheon. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. And the Longhorns headed quickly to the line. Wants to keep it in the air. It's complete to the right. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Caught close to the marker. It's McCutcheon. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. The Longhorns started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Gets it out quickly. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. The Horned Frogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll give it to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Looking down the middle. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. And the Horned Frogs line up to punt it away. A high kick trying to pin them deep. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Unleashes one deep. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to throw, it's Manning. He's not afraid to go deep. Grabs it inside the 15. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Might be calling a hot route. He's looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Snatch it quickly on the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Just a little off. Incomplete.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Horned Frogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. White wants to throw it. Fires to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete. And the Horned Frogs will punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They'll run it. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Oh, he's got some space. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas!
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
TCU 7.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Still on his feet at the 40. At the 45, on his way. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. On the ground, it's Palmer. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. White going to attack through the air. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And the field goal was good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And the Longhorns in a good spot here with second and short. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Quick strike complete. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the first down.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man, just he catches the football and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
The Longhorns have it with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage.
Touchdown, Longhorns! Quick strike through the air for the score. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone, and you're stopped at the 8. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
And this passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trailing, this is a tough spot for this offense.
Right on the money. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. The Horned Frogs will bring the punt team onto the field. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Winston. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. They'll give him maybe 1 on the play. It's down to the 20. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting 1 in the win column. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They go right back to him. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
And this one is perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
TCU has it back in the Horned Frogs go on offense. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Horned Frogs send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Let's see what they've got on second down. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rival.